Hey everyone, I'm Jamie, and I hope you're having a fierce day, and we are back after 5 weeks of nothing. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, this was sort of like a social media cleanse, I suppose, unintentional or not, but I'm so glad to be back. And today we're going to be doing the Q&A that I promised for hitting 1,000 subscribers, and oh my gosh, by now we have hit 1,500, which is crazy. I can't believe it. It blows my mind to think that every single one of you is a person. It's amazing. I'm so glad that I can make content that you guys enjoy, and I hope that I'll continue to. Yeah. Here we go. Again, a green screen behind me. I have officially moved. My office is not set up yet. I don't know if it will be, but in the meantime, enjoy this lovely green screen that I have behind me so you don't know where I am. It's a big secret, guys. So a little bit about me. I am a graphic designer. I graduated from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County with a degree in graphic design with a minor in art history and museum practice. I really, really like graphic design, and I was super lucky and fortunate enough to get a job even before graduating college. I still have that job to this day. I love it. Every day I wake up and it's like a dream. And so if there's any graphic designers out there, I know the market's super hard to find a job in this field. So I could make like a tips video or an advice video on anybody struggling to get their work out there and making a name for themselves. So let me know. On that note, my favorite fonts, there's 2 categories of fonts that I have favorites of. There's serif and sans serif. For those of you who don't know, serifs are the little lines that originally were put there to catch ink from flowing down the page in print. My favorite serif fonts are Baskerville and Garamond. They're both really gorgeous. I love them. I love print in them. It makes me feel so warm. And then my favorite sans serifs are Montserrat and Noto Sans, which I love Montserrat. It's the font I use the most. I think it's just very clean, and I love the way that the letters look. I love the way that everything looks. I like the X-type, like everything about it is just so perfect. And one of my tattoos here, I did it myself, if you can't tell already. It's a tofu, which when you have a character that isn't expressed in the font or is not supported by the font, it'll come up as a little box, sometimes with or without an X in it. And this is called a tofu. Google decided that they were going to make a font where there is no tofu or noto sans serif. So Noto Sans is their font that supports pretty much every language that you could find that fonts support. They even have done Tibetan. So one of my capstone projects was interviewing members of the team that did it, and it was super awesome, super enlightening. I love Noto Sans. So anyway, I'm geeking out about fonts. Let's move on. My favorite artist is Theodore Géricault, who made the Raft of the Medusa. I actually visited Paris a while back and was super excited to see it, but the Louvre had experienced flooding, so the entire wing that held Géricault's works was closed. So I have to go back and see that. Moving on to the questions that were asked. What is my favorite stuffed animal and why? This is my Pusheen. I call her Squishy Poosh because she's a Pusheen and she's squishy. And I love her because, first off, I feel like if Pusheen was a life-size cat, this would be the size that she would be. And also, I like to hug things when I'm sleeping, and she's the perfect hugging size. She's just so squishy, and I love her. What is your favorite cookie? This was actually really funny because I have them. I buy these cookies in bulk because I found out that they're seasonal, and this year they were only available for like 2 months, which is awful. But they're Trader Joe's key lime tea cookies, and I discovered them last year, and they were so good. And then I found out that they were seasonal because I went in the fall and they said that they're not going to have them until next year. And I screamed, dude, those things are like crack. They are so good. I don't know what they put in there, but I tried to make them myself and I couldn't. They're just straight up magic. What is your favorite book? I don't really read a lot. I think I have like an issue where if I have a book, I sort of read like random words. Just like pick out random words that look interesting, and I really have to focus to read them sequentially. If I had to pick one, I would say The Giving Tree. That was a childhood book that I have. I still have it. I like to revisit it a lot. I like the story. I like the art. Shel Silverstein is awesome. Story-wise, my favorite book is 1984. I actually have not read it cover to cover, but I know everything about it. And my favorite movie of all time is V for Vendetta, which is very similar to 1984. What do you enjoy doing the most on your channel? It really changes each week. I do whatever I feel like, which is the beauty of this channel, I guess, and why I'm so impressed and surprised that I have so many subscribers, because I don't really do one thing. I kind of just do whatever I want, which is, I know it's bad practice. You should always have like a shtick, you know, separates you from everybody else. But I mean, recently I've been really into The Sims just because it's a mindless game and I like it. But I think my favorite video that I've ever made was my UA rap cipher, because it had so many things that I was able to improve on, so many skills that I could hone and even acquire. My whole life is basically just set in visual. I'm a very visual person and my job is visual. All of my hobbies are visual. Everything I do is just very visual. So having the opportunity to really work on music was very new and very exciting. I felt like I was exercising muscles in my brain that I haven't exercised since like high school. I really had a lot of fun. I like how it turned out too. I thought it was going to be way more cringy than it actually is. It's still kind of cringy, but I really like it and I am definitely going to do more. What is the meaning or purpose of life for me? Oh my god, geez. Okay, so Andrew actually asked this. He went to my university with me. He's a very talented cinematographer, and I also believe that he is now working in graphic design as well. He's just awesome. Check him out. I will leave his link in the description below. But yeah, he came at me with this wonderful question after what is my favorite stuffed animal? What's my favorite cookie? What's my favorite book? What's the meaning or purpose of life? I had to think about this for so long, and I hate it. I hate thinking about big questions. I don't think my brain is equipped for this kind of stuff. I usually react to uncomfortable or very deep thoughts with humor, and I laugh. So 42. If I really had to narrow it down, I guess it would be to thank and to create. Every morning, I make an effort to wake up and be thankful for everything that's going on in my life. You know, the things that I'm able to do, just everything positive. I really try to be thankful about it. And then creating. I think that that's the way to leave your mark on the world. That's the way to improve the world and contribute. Especially because art and music are part of culture, and culture defines movements and periods in history. I don't know. Maybe as I get older, I'll have an epiphany or something and really figure out what the meaning or purpose of life is to me. But for now, I'm just trying to stay alive out here. Like, it's a whole project on its own just to be. And so yeah, shout out to everybody else who's also struggling. I feel you, and we'll get through it together. If you have the purpose of life figured out for you, please comment below, because I need some ideas, man. I am so incapable of thinking that deep. Okay, some favorites for me. Favorite movies: V for Vendetta, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Gattaca. My most watched movie is X-Men 2, the one with Lake Alkali. So awesome. It's my favorite X-Men movie of all time. V for Vendetta, freaking awesome, as I mentioned before. I love like post-apocalyptic, not so much apocalypse, but it's like a dystopian society. I guess they would qualify as sci-fi. I don't know. It's so cool. I love all those movies. Favorite bands: Green Day. I went to the Hella Mega tour in DC, and it was the best day of my life. Ever since I was like sentient, I always wanted to see Green Day. I'm a little young to be a part of that crowd. I feel like I was at the tail end and I kind of missed it. So I was worried that they never perform again, but they did, and it was so freaking awesome. Oh my god. They looked just like they did 10 years ago. They had the same energy. They were so hyped, so sweet, and oh my god, it was so amazing. Like, there was no point at that concert where I stopped moving. I was just so hyped. Best day. My shirt was drenched because I was just headbanging, and I was, it was so awesome. I love Green Day. Follow-up bands are Goldfinger and the Wombats. The Wombats I mean, my third favorite band typically cycles between the Wombats, the Fratellis, Panic at the Disco, and the Offspring. They're all super amazing. If you don't know my taste already, it's like pop punk, I think. My first album that I ever bought, my first CD, was Hello Destiny by Goldfinger, and it was amazing. They will always hold a special place in my heart as introducing me to music. My favorite anime, also the first anime I ever watched, was Mushishi. It's so melancholy, and the music is amazing, and the art style is amazing, and I love Ginkgo and his whole vibe. I think that's when I originally started digging white hair. Like, that's when I knew, oh, I want white hair. My favorite game, also the only MMORPG that I've ever played, is World of Warcraft. I got really into it in late high school, and then I stopped because it costs like a monthly subscription. I had two mains that I went between. My very first was a Draenei Paladin healer, and I guess my fun character that I played is the DPS. I had a human rogue. I think she was focused in stealth, and those two, even to this day, if I ever play D&D campaigns or any kind of like class-based game, I always pick Paladin or Rogue. Those are like my two alter egos. I like a mixture of tank and heal, or all stealth and DPS. I'm not very good at aiming, and I know in World of Warcraft you don't have to aim, but still, I like being up close. I really just prefer melee. My second favorite, well, I also love The Sims. But I feel like people who really like The Sims also really hate The Sims, just because EA... I'm not gonna say anything about them because you already know. But then when I was a kid, we went to Walmart and we got like this joystick plug and play system that had Pac-Man, Dig Dug, some race car game, Galactica, and Bosconian. And Bosconian was the game. I was so into that. I don't think I ever even got past level 8, but dude, I love that game. I love it, and it's so dumb. Like, it's such a simple game. It's so old school, but it holds a special place in my heart. I look back with fond memories of Bosconian. What is my YouTube setup? I don't know. So here, let me switch so I can see I will put my YouTube setup details here, and you can pause it. I will also put it in the description below so that you know what I use. My favorite drink of choice, vodka sour. I love vodka sour. I love sour things, and I love vodka. So hit me up with that vodka sour. My favorite vodka is New Amsterdam. Favorite animal? Cats. Windows or Mac? Windows, baby. I am all about Windows and PC. I am not an Apple fan. My phone is a Pixel, a Google Pixel, because I freaking love Google. I'm such a simp for Google. And so, yeah, miss me with that Mac shit. Pet peeves, poor kerning, especially with script fonts. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why people still use it. It gives me, like, anxiety. I'll put a sample up so you can see how awful it is, and just know that it, like, caused me mental and spiritual anguish to make that graphic and put it up in front of you guys and then edit it. It's awful. Favorite holiday? I love Valentine's Day because I think it's the most strictly branded holiday. I mean, I guess St. Patty's Day is all green, but I love that Valentine's Day is such a unique holiday, and it was so artificial. Like, it was pretty much made to sell stuff. And my favorite thing about it in general is that after Valentine's Day, all candy, particularly chocolates and like good chocolates, are at least 50% off. After Valentine's Day is my holiday where I go to the stores and I just stock up on chocolate. It's so good. I don't know how I don't have diabetes. So that is all the questions I could think of and all the questions that have been asked. If you have any more questions, just let me know. For the future, I am trying to get back on my weekly schedule now that I have my whole situation situated, so I will try to make a video every week. I don't know how it's going to work. I know the quality of video isn't that great as it stands, so I'm probably going to try to just focus on voiceovers. Thanks for watching, guys. I know this video was all about me, but that was the purpose of the video, and just know that I am doing well. I'm happy and healthy. I hope you guys are as well. I hope you are happy and healthy. I know that it's a hard time for a lot of people. I know a lot of other YouTubers and friends that are going through it right now. I don't know what it is about the weather or the season or the situations. A lot of people are being hit with a lot of like mental issues are resurfacing. People are having to cope with a lot of different things. Hang in there, guys. Never be afraid to reach out. Never be afraid to focus on yourself. You know, it's okay to shut the world out and just focus on you. because you're the most important thing. Yeah, I don't know if that made sense or not, but I just hope that everybody's happy and healthy and focusing on yourselves. So thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.